Alright, hello all, welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video here. So last night, of course, the Xenoverse sub EZAs, AGL Trunks, right, we have the physical Trunks, physical Mira, Demigra, all of these characters went live. Totally only 4 of them, not 5. How could there be 5? Right, because if there were 5 characters, you'd be able to use all 5, right? You'd think. But anyway, so the thing is, I don't have God Vegeta, right? And that is unfortunate, but I can make something work to try these guys out, because I am really curious to see how they're going to look, right? And I do also have the banner unit Toa Mira, but I have not even trained them just yet. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut away in just a moment. There's the new crossover, like, link level event or whatever that just came out. I am actually going to link level Toa and Mira just a little bit. I'm not going to put the dupe in yet. And the goal here, I'm going to be trying out them at 55%, as well as God Vegeta and the Xenoverse sub ECAs. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. Obviously, the team's not going to be at max power, but there's only so much I could do about that, right? I did 450 stones worth of summons, and, you know, the game, unfortunately, this time around, I did not get God Vegeta. I'll get him eventually, though. But yeah, so, with that being said, I will be right back. Alrighty, so, we're back here. I do have the team build. Now, I'm not going to check literally every single time, but we do have a 55% God Vegeta. He doesn't have any equips, but decently high link levels, so pretty good, I'd say, for checking him out here, right? Now, obviously, Xenopan, she's kind of old, right? But she is a 170 lead for crossover, and this is what I was saying, like, I can make something work, but at the end of the day, how well it performs is really going to be dependent upon my great, fantastic dodge luck. So, I'm pretty concerned about that, but listen, I mean, I don't have God Vegeta. If I want to try crossover, it has to be something like this. Maybe I could make, you know, Toa work, right? Toa and Mira as a rotation, 90% dodge, could be really effective. But, A, then the leader skill, you know, I have to worry about that. But B, I don't believe Toa can be run in here. Right? Because she cannot be run in most content in the game. As you can see, she's not an option to be selected. Really, really fucking stupid decision by Dokkan, but, you know, it is what it is. I can't do anything about it. Hopefully, eventually, I do believe, right, because we were complaining with the GT Super Saiyan 3 Goku, we were complaining with the Int Super Baby 2, right now we're complaining with Toa. Dokkan, even if it takes them a while, they are usually very good about listening to feedback from players, right? So I do anticipate at some point, maybe not even this year, honestly, but they probably will adjust it eventually. But anyway, let's jump in here. We're trying out the Xenoverse EZAs. I don't have everyone fully linked level 10.
Let's do this.
I suppose I do need to show Toa Mira. They're like 5, 6-ish on the link levels. Everyone else, I do have Xenoverse, at the very least, link level 10. Now, we're starting out here, not even 700k HP. And another very big concern, right? In order for this to work the most effectively, I think I'm going to need Pan to be on one of the rotations. But we're going to try this out here, because I think Mira does buy me some time. Physical Mira. Right? Because his first turn specifically, well, hold on, let me, actually, the transformation condition, it's a little complicated here. Well, I say complicated, but, okay, so essentially, they're 322. Mira, he's at 656,000. How he works is when there's an ally whose name includes Toa attacking in the same turn, starting from the 3rd turn for character entry, he transforms, or starting from 4th turn from start of battle. So, we're on the first rotation. The next rotation would be 3rd turn from character entry turn, but it would not be the 4th turn from start of battle, right? So I would not be able to transform immediately next turn but I have Toa on the rotation, so I will be able to, right? Now, if I'm on the second rotation with Physical Mira immediately, you don't even need to worry about that, right? You don't have to float him off, nothing. He just will guaranteed immediately transform the next turn. So, very valuable in that sense. Now, a big thing here with the Xenoverse Trunkses, in particular the physical one, but it does apply to AGL as well. AoEs. AoEs, especially AoE normals, are going to be, for AGL Trunks, just AoEs in general for the physical one, are going to be very rough, right? So, I mean, I hope we could do well here, but, you know, we'll see what happens. Now, we're getting them a little bit extra defense with Cold Judgment next to Xenoverse AGL Trunks here. So, I mean, we'll see. This could be a really good turn. Would be really nice. But, you know, I don't know. Once again, we have 700k HP. Right, that's obviously a very big concern of mine. Okay, man. Double digits on them, at least. And double digits on Trunks. That's good. So, Mira was the only one who actually took damage from that. 34.6. Okay. 37.5. What the hell? That's a major increase. I know he greatly stacks, but 3 mil difference? Okay, so they're hitting 15.9. And keep in mind, right, this is a 170 220 lead. Because everyone is on God Vegeta's 220. 16.6. So, essentially here, we're on a 390 lead. Right, which, you know, once again, it's not obviously a 220, but it's not that far off, honestly, because of like how big of a percentage it already is. 50%, it is noticeable. I'm not gonna say it isn't, but it's not gonna make like that big of a difference. He's hitting 34.92. Okay, 38.9. Yo, cook, Trunks. And mind you, he stacks attack for 7 turns on his SA effect. So we got 2 supers there, which means he has 40% SA phase support, and his 75% dodge chance kicked in. Okay, well that was a really good first turn. You know what's not really good though? I have to float off God Vegeta, man. So this is a big issue, I will say. Now, I am taking on Rose Zamasu first because I always, you know, I go in the same sort of order. Rose Zamasu, Gohan+Goten&Trunks. I then Bio Broly, Gammas, Zamax, right? I always go in that same sort of order. The thing is here, this is a locking fight, right? Now, I would say this is the only relevant locking fight, which is really good because a lot of these characters have slot restrictions, right? So I'm going to have to play around those, and I'm also going to have to try and kill Zamasu, obviously, as fast as possible. Now, what we're going to be able to do here, so God Vegeta's at 736,000. See, this is the thing. No equips. He's not even fully linked level 10, 55%. I knew I would like God Vegeta a lot more with the Xenoverse EZAs. So, right now... Ah, shit, I did not keep track of how many supers Toa and Mira did. I think they did 3 supers. I think. So, that's 15% SA phase from them. Or 20%. They could have got 4, but I think they did 3. And then from the AGL Trunks, he 20% from both supers, right? So 40% total. So we're at like 55% SA phase support. Now, God Vegeta does not stack defense, right? So that 55% SA phase is a true, at the start of the turn before he attacks, 55% increase to his defensive value, which obviously helps a significant amount. So we'll see here, right, how this goes, but I think it could be a really good turn. Now, Pan, I think the best thing I could do is just go for the Int Key Sphere. We're not getting the full key with her, obviously, but, you know, I gotta do what I gotta do, because I need to heal. Well, that battle motion actually looks pretty cool. Alright, yeah, we'll see what happens here. Honestly, I think we could probably kill Zamasu here. If, you know, I actually dodge all the attacks and everything that I need to. We'll see. Certainly, I could get bad luck with that, but I'm going to hope that this works, okay? Now, mind you, Xenoverse Pan does have it's 70% phase 2, so that's a 30.1. If you get 70% phase 2, oh right, because that's an AOE. I forgot about that. Okay, interesting. Now that does build up Rose, but we got a little bit of extra damage. So 37.8, not the highest attack set there, I will say. The thing is, God Vegeta, right? I think that like active turn is really gonna boost his damage. But once again, I think that's not exactly too high. But then again, this is 55%. Now, something with God Vegeta as well. If you look at some of our other like really heavy hitters recently, right? In terms of oh right, this is the transformation, okay, or absorption, I suppose, but same difference. He actually has kind of low stats in comparison. Like, I'd say his SA phase is pretty high, but in comparison to some of the other releases, like look at Majin Vegeta Super Saiyan 2 Goku, right, or Diamond Super Saiyan 4 Goku, or just characters like this. He only has 350% attack with. Is it 350% phase 2 attack as well, or is it 250? Okay, so it is. I did get the STR Key Sphere, right? Yeah, I did. So he did get the 350% attack. It is 250% phase 2 defense, though. So, like, in comparison, like, I don't know. If you look at, like, a year-old unit, these would be crazy stats, right? But it just, with GDC, and then again with Artificial Life Form, sort of Red Zone, they power crept a lot in the last half of that year. So, this is actually not that high of an attack stats here, unfortunately. Now, Physical Mira, we have up to 1 million. What does Demonic Power give again? That gives defense too, okay. And then he has a lot of attack, obviously. Now, this is actually kind of bad here. And when I say kind of bad, I mean really bad. Like, I don't know what to do here. So, Int Demigra has 46% dodge right now. 46%. Toa and Mira are locked at the end of the turn. Now, Physical Mira, this could be good to test at least. He does get 350% phase 2 defense, and he also has a total of 55% damage reduction. So, although we lose some, we don't have Demonic Power anymore, we lose some stats, I think he's actually the best bet. I don't think this is necessarily great, and this unfortunately is going to sort of waste Demigra's utility, right? So I'm sort of forced into the giant form next turn if I even get to that point. But this is the best thing I could do here, because 46% dodge, even with my hidden potential build, that's just nothing, right? I'm not even good. We're not going to pretend it's. Wait, what the hell? No way he got his 20% dodge. What? Double digits from Zamasu. 20% dodge, bro. Dude, I'm going to see this 20% dodge more than I see 70%, aren't I? What the fuck? How did he get two 20% dodges? That shit does not happen. That's a 44.4. Yeah, so again, I mean, he's increasing like 3 mil for Super. I know it's a greatly raised, but that's fucking crazy. That's so busted. What the hell? Int Demigra up 37.1. Okay. And then 39.7. Now, Toa and Mira, they do have an additional in slot 3 that they don't have in slot 2, but they also are missing 150% phase 2 attack. So yeah, 14.2. I mean, we are also not as greatly linked as we were before. Their main role here is just going to be providing the defensive support. And I'm going to make sure to keep track this time. Although, actually, I suppose it doesn't matter as much, huh? Because, unfortunately, I was forced to float off God Vegeta, but still, we're at 3 right now. Right, and they can get a total of 5 supers. And obviously, at 55%, not the most likely, but we did get 4. right? That's very huge. And we'll see, do I actually get the hidden potential? I did, but just a normal. Still, very, very good turn there. I suppose they get the 20% dodge too. That's really interesting. That support is kind of crazy. Like 20% doesn't sound like a lot, but that's actually... I'm very surprised at how often that is kicking in. Because once again, like that's his support. Himself, as well as characters whose name includes Toa, get 80% attack and defense phase 1, 20% dodge support. Very good turn there. Okay, I'm very curious to see what next turn has in store for us, which, by the way, I believe we should be able to kill. Wait, why do I have... Oh, right, Physical Trunks has a Scouter too. Right. I was gonna say, I was thinking of the AGL one, and I'm like, no, he doesn't have it. Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Because it is the 4th turn from the start of battle. Yeah, the Scouter is just like non-stop on this team is kind of crazy, though. Now, once again here, how good this team does is really going to be dependent upon my fantastic dodge step. Now, Pan has actually been pretty effective for us so far. Okay. Literally the second I give her credit, we fail a dodge. Bro, what the fuck? That's crazy. Okay, I guess I'll go with this one. At least lower sort of build there, but what's the link level? Okay, yeah, no, this one works. It's still relatively low. This could be really, really awful if it Demigro's locked in Salt 1. Well, this isn't much better. I don't know, he might actually be who I need to put in Salt 1. Because, like, they do get, excuse me, a 250% phase 2, but they only have 50% damage reduction. So before their SA effects, I think Int Demigra is literally the best option here. So we're going to try him out. We're going to hope it goes well. 46% dodge, man. Yep, okay. That's to be expected, I can't even be mad at him. Right, it's 46%. And the fact that I got as many 20% with Mira as I did there, we were sort of in line for that to happen, unfortunately. Okay, this could be good, but I have a feeling I'm not gonna like who's locked. Let's see. See, that's the thing with Rosy Zamasu. Like, I like this fight. You know, it has AoEs, it has... the bosses are relatively tanky, they do pretty high damage, so it's good for testing in that regard, but the lock does obviously add a whole other layer to it. Now, the play here, I mean, we're just going to put Physical Mira in front of it, right? I think he should be fine. 685,000 defense, so I think this should go pretty well. I guess we'll see then, right? So we got the dodge. Wait, hold on. Physical Mirror 70% right now. It's gonna get so confusing thinking about that. 70% base, although it's once only, and then 20%, which actually I do suppose I hadn't even considered. We're actually about to run into an issue here. Provided I, get to the next rotation, I suppose. But, so, Physical Mira, I'm not going to be able to transform next turn. So, he's going to miss 250% attack and defense phase 1, he's going to miss 70% dodge and 25% damage reduction. So, a big portion of his kit, to say the least. Yeah, I don't know. That's going to be rough. My best hope is that Demigra is locked slot 2 next turn, and then I could put God Vegeta slot 1, AGL Trunks at the end, and then, you know, AGL Trunks gets like a triple super, right? Suddenly, that's a lot of support. And that's perfect. That's literally perfect. So, Toho and Mira, they get some supers in there, obviously. God Vegeta, 492,000. We don't have as much SA phase support as before. See, this is the thing. That SA phase support, from Xenotrunks, you need him on the rotation to really, float him, obviously, but he gives God Vegeta so much defensive value. And this one even has an equip, mind you. Right, this one even has an equip. So that really goes to show you. That's a level 9. I mean, Xenoverse isn't maxed out, but still. Alright, we'll see what happens here. Hopefully we can actually do quite a bit of damage this turn, because I really need it. Now, Demigra does have 86% dodge here, plus my hidden potential build, which I have like another 30% or something on him. Right, so essentially he should be a very effective dodger. But of course, I mean, we'll have to see what happens. Now, I will say, I mean, obviously this isn't like as strong as like other teams. Okay, we failed a dodge. That's lovely. 86% plus 30 some odd percent, mind you. This isn't as strong as other teams, but honestly, it doesn't feel that weak considering the fact that this is, I'm running some 55% characters, right? I'm also, I suppose, I don't know, like, this isn't a 220 lead, right? And we don't have the 250% HP. So, I don't know, I think probably this team would, like, if I had some of those things, quote-unquote, fakes, right? We'd probably be at, like, a 900k HP team or something. Which, for a crossover team, is actually, very, very strong. Okay, man, so one super with Trunks. His additional, which is a 70% chance of being a super, we failed. And then we also did not proc the hidden potential whatsoever. Which, by the way, my wrong tab. I have 22% additional on it, which is a 44% chance each tack to proc it, so kind of unlucky there. Speaking of kind of unlucky, like, I mean, this is literally over. There's nothing I could do here. Yeah, I really should have reset immediately when I saw Mira was, on the first rotation, but it is what it is. Okay, 419,000. Double digits for Trunks. Wait, what? What? He just dodged twice. I'm sorry? The 70% dodge, it is a part of his once only ability, isn't it? What? How am I alive? I mean, hey, I'll take it, but, like, I'm so confused. Ah, that's fucked. I mean, he has a lot of damage reduction, type advantage. Yeah, if we had more HP, it would have been possible. That sucks. Hold on, like, what? How? Mira. So you're telling me I actually got 2 6% dodges there? What? With my dodge luck? That shit's unheard of. What? Okay, man. I mean, I'm not gonna complain about it. That is so shocking, though. Alright, man. Can we... If it's not physical Trunks lock slot 2, then I'm gonna have to reset this. I'm not gonna have another choice. Okay. No. I'll work with this then. I mean, this still isn't necessarily... Not even necessarily. This still isn't the best setup, but it should work. Okay? So, you know what? We'll take it. It really sucks that it is an STR key sphere specifically, though, for his extra attack, because there's literally nothing I could do about that here. So let's keep that in mind. He is missing 100% phase to attack this turn. I mean, we'll see how big of a difference it makes. And we're also not receiving an attack first, so we're missing an additional at 26.8. Yeah, 55%. I mean, he really is you're gonna want dupes for it. Right? But also, again, like we didn't have the STR key sphere. Link levels are gonna be pretty important for him too. Yeah, I don't know. I think he's gonna be better, which is nice, than I was expecting defensively because of all the extra stuff he now has in game, which, once again, I do always say with my, sort of breakdown calc videos, like, hey, well, I don't always say it, but I try to say it, I try to remember to say it. I do say it every couple of them, at the very least. Like, hey, these are more so like a baseline, right? I can't count everything you're going to have active, like every link, every defense equip, every single itty-bitty little support. Like, it's just too much, right? In-game, it's a different environment, right? So they're more so meant to give a baseline. He has been doing pretty good defensively, but once again, I will say I would certainly prefer if we were at least doing a bit more damage. But, when he gets his active off, if I can even get to that point, I think we'll see a lot of that there. But, we'll actually have to get to that point, of course. Now, we have a lot of SA phase support this turn, by the way. I mean, 1,085,000 start a turn with Mira. Pretty damn good. I mean, he has such a high phase 1 that, we can get that high, but okay, really? So, we failed his 70% dodge, unfortunately. Can we at least dodge the super? Because we're really gonna need to. No, we can't. I mean, I guess that's the other, the yin and the yang, huh? Right, I got the 6% dodges the other turn. Now I'm gonna, fail 70% dodges. Yin and yang, I suppose. There's literally nothing else to say about that. Like, it's just fair enough, honestly. Like, I'll usually complain about dodge luck like that, but he gets a pass this time after the other turn. Now, if he does the same shit again, now I'm gonna be like, okay, well, let's cut it out, right? But we'll see what happens here. I will say, so the Scouter is actually pretty nice for this fight. I mean, for the lock, there's only so much you could do, but like specifically the physical Xenoverse Trunks. So his Scouter is going to be the most important. Okay, so see, this is what I'm saying. That's now 3 70% in a row. Let's, all right, buddy. Like, I get that technically the luck still hasn't balanced out, but like, all right, man. Let's do 70%. You can. Let's get over that. All right, let's get over that shit. Like it, dude. What do I? It has to be AGL Trunks locked, or I'm gonna have to restart it. Well. Nah, because I'm still not gonna have Toa for Mira. Right. I was gonna say, maybe if we float off God Vegeta here, right, we get his transformation. the active, all that sort of stuff. Next turn could be nice, but no, I'm just gonna restart it.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, well, I don't like physical Mirabane in slot 7 because he's actually looking pretty impressive, I will say. I mean, like, bro, do you see all of the attacks in slot 1? I'm not putting Demigrove there, dude. Come on, give me like one more good run here before we end Rose Zamasu. I will say I'm pretty impressed so far, once again. Considering this isn't, you know, a full 220 lead, right? I'm pretty impressed so far, honestly. Demigrove's gonna have to be locked. If he's not, I'm just screwed. Yeah, dude, like we can't run physical Trunks in slot 1. We can't even run AGL Trunks in slot 1. Right? It's just, we literally can't do it. They have phase 1 stats for being slot 2-3. We cannot do it. Come on, man. Can I not get screwed off the opening rotation RNG? This one, I mean, yeah, this is a restart one anyway. Can I actually, dude, there was one God Vegeta there with a dupe in 2. Can we get another 55% one? Okay, yes we do. I'm just trying to check the equips, right? That's mainly what I'm going for here. The weakest equips, because it's been several days since he initially released, so I'm not expecting the most here, but, or I suppose the least, actually. But still, I would like to use him as lowly duped as possible to start out with, at least. And then go from there. Okay, I don't like physical Mirabane slot 7, but, you know, I can't really do anything about that, obviously. And then we'll get the AGL Key Spheres with Demigrove. And this should be set up to be a very nice turn. We did get God Vegeta his extra, you know, the STR Key Sphere, right? And obviously Rosie's going to super here, because if he's supering at all, he's only attacking in slot 1, right? So we're going to receive this, we'll get the additional. And hopefully we can have a really good turn. So 195k there. Yeah, I mean, we did take damage. Rose isn't built up at all, right? But that is the thing. Right, I mean, 90% damage reduction is a lot, but because we don't have any other support active for God Vegeta right now, that's really going to hurt his defense. And once again, so another thing I will say, I feel like it's fair to say that throughout this year, unit quality has actually been very, very high. Especially in comparison to like last year, right? But on the flip side, it's like a monkey's paw situation, because I feel like now more than ever, units really want dupes, right? I feel like it's been a pretty consistent trend I've noticed. So that really sucks. But, I don't know, I mean, we're doing pretty good here. And we got Zamasu down in half a health bar. I mean, he's gonna heal, of course, but still, pretty good. I mean, slot 1 is exactly where I'd want her, so that's fine. I mean, hopefully she actually dodges, of course, but this is literally exactly where I would want her, so we'll see what happens here. Let me get the 8 Key Sphere so we can, you know, have God Vegeta actually get the STR next turn. Or I suppose Miro will get the physical. Either way should work pretty effectively. Now, Pan, I think maybe like eventually should be able to get to the point of being able to tank a normal, but you know, she's a part of I mean, it wasn't even 2024 that she EZA'd, right? It was 2023. Okay, so she's really old. even with her phase 2 sort of dodge buildup, although she's once again being pretty effective here, she's not a modern release by any means, right? So I'm not expecting the most from her, but you know, considering she only has 70% dodge, plus of course the little bit I have in her hidden potential, she's being pretty effective here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm liking the Xenoverse team here. Obviously not at max power, but still, I think they're doing pretty effective, all things considered. And then AGL Trunks at the end. I mean, we'll see if I actually get a lot of supers this turn, but he could do a lot of damage. Yep, crit. Okay, and then we get a second super, which, by the way, I haven't seen, obviously, because he does stack his attack. We haven't gotten a triple super turn yet, though, unfortunately. Okay, got Vegeta's locked there. It should be fine. So we got the 40% SA phase from AGL Trunks last turn, right? And then not physical, excuse me, AGL Toamira, right? They did, what, 3 supers? So we have 15% SA phase specifically to Mira and God Vegeta, because their support is extreme class allies, right? But should be pretty effective here, provided Mira, of course, actually, dodges, right? We'll see. But, we're at full HP here. God Vegeta obviously will receive the AoE, so he's going to get his additional. Okay, we got the dodge. Now, once again, Mira's actually been doing pretty impressive damage, so 31.2. 33.6, although a little lower this turn because we're not linked next to Toa Mira, of course. And no triple super turn, unfortunately. But we're still definitely killing Zamasu this turn. Right? That's going to happen. Is it 37.5? That SA face support, I guess, from AGL Trunks last turn. Really kicking in there, huh? Yeah, okay. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think he's gonna kill, but Trunks is definitely gonna finish it off. And then it's just normals from Rose there, so we should be fine. Especially if I get a triple super turn, but, we'll see about that, right? Yeah, only double. Double's still good, but unfortunate. Alright, there we go. We no longer have to worry about locking. That's huge. Although, I suppose this is what the best thing to do here would be. Yeah, I think so. It sucks that I have to flip them off, but against normals, they'll be perfectly fine, right? And I trust them a lot more than I'm going to trust Xenopan, and she still has to receive 2 hits, right? Now, Int Demigra, slot 2 there, he better fucking dodge, I'll tell you what. Because he has 86% in slot 2, this turn specifically. But he also has once again, like the 30% hidden potential. Oh, right, he is the attack break, so we just got rid of the super. Well, it's pretty neat, huh? Okay. Yeah, no, we should be pretty fine this turn then. Once again, like if Xenopan fails the AoE normal dodge, that would kill us obviously, but otherwise we're getting to turn 5. Because these guys, they're tanking Rose. Yep, double digits, even 55%. They're very competent. Yeah, no, we're getting to the next turn, which means we're actually able to transform God Vegeta. Huge. And we get the physical mirror absorption again. Okay. I mean, this looks like it could be a pretty damn good turn. Let's get the God Vegeta transformation in, of course, here.
I don't need any more power than what I have. Recompose yourself.
Okay, now I do believe he still needs to receive an attack. Yes. He does. Okay. So we'll keep him in slot 2 here. And what I can do is this. Alright, so this way we'll be able to get everyone the key they need. And this should be a really, really good turn. I'd be surprised if it weren't. And plus, if we don't kill this turn, which I don't think we will, but just saying, if we don't, right, next turn, we're going to have Demigra's Giant Form, right, because of how that sort of tech works. So, that'll be pretty cool to see. Okay, well, let's not do that. So, I failed his 70% super then, unfortunately. Okay, that's a 60 mil. 55%, that's really good. Plus, he has a lot of additionals coming in here. 42.1. Yeah, see, these are some actually really good attack sets. Right, but to be fair, so his actual stats don't change. Which is like, okay, well, why is he attacking higher then? It's because the active buff that lasts specifically for 1 turn. That's why we're hitting significantly harder here. Now, the super hasn't happened yet, so it's going to hit AGO-Trunks. Hopefully AGO-Trunks gets the dodge, right? We'll see. I did not get his hidden potential. Oh, wait, I attack broke it. Because AGO-Trunks has an attack break, too. Now, unfortunately here, so with how Demigra Giant Form works, we are actually missing 666% attack as well as 66% crit. Right, and that does check at the start of the turn too. So there's nothing I could do here to get that ability active, unfortunately. But a Giant Form that has 666% attack baseline, we should still be able to do quite a bit of damage here. I mean, we'll see how much, of course, but I'm still expecting decently high numbers, all things considered. Yeah, 13.2, I mean, for a Giant Form, considering we're missing half of our stats, as well as 66% crit, which obviously the crit will help him do a lot more extra damage. I'd say that's pretty good baseline. Okay. Yeah, no, that's looking pretty good there. I mean, no additionals does kind of suck, though. Oh, right, and it's a multi-turn one, huh? I forgot that, it's been a while since I used this guy. I really liked this guy when he got his Dokkan Awakening. I remember using him a lot. So, I don't think it's 3 turns. I think the only one that is 3 turns is, we actually got the hidden potential here. That's really huge, 15.8. Okay. I think the only one that is 3 turns is Orange Piccolo. Right? I think every other Giant Form maxes out at 2 turns. I could be wrong about that. But I'm very confident that, you know, this it's about to wrap up here in just a moment. Yep, okay. Alright, well, decisions, right? Because we did not kill, obviously. This guy in slot 1, you know, again here, we'd only have 46% chance to dodge. Not exactly what I call a lot. And then attack break is once only slot 2, by the way. So I think what I have to do here, physical Trunks, well, defensively, this is the safest thing. But Rose is nearly dead. Demigra could very easily kill here. I think I'm gonna put Demogorgon slot 2. So still 46% dodge with the 30 some odd percent hit and potential. But I actually think this is probably, we should be fine here. Because this will get us a lot of damage potentially. Because he can triple super, and he has a moderately high crit chance. Yep, see there's one crit. And we get another super. Did we crit here? Yeah, okay, huge. We actually beat Rose Zamasu with the Xenoverse team. With 170 lead Pan. Yeah, okay, man. That's huge. That's so fucking huge. Yeah, no, I mean, these sub-EZAs, they really make Crossover, like, so much better. Right, now, obviously, this isn't the most difficult of difficult fights at this point, but it is still moderately difficult, you know, fairly highly difficult, however you want to phrase it. Once you get to a really, you know, far point into it, where Roses are really built up, but, you know, we were able to handle business exceptionally well there. I'm actually fairly surprised. Still, again, you know, it's not like as strong as like Monty Vegeta Super Saiyan 2 Goku team, but, and especially God Vegeta, right? Toa and Mira, it's actually funny because I'd say that both of the summonable units, like Toa and Mira did their job defensively, but both of the summonable units actually kind of look the worst here. I mean, they are 55%, but, you know, the EZAs were really handling business. And again, I mean, Pan was actually really great with their dodge chances here, so that's huge. But with that being said, we'll wrap this one up here, and we will continue on taking a look at the Xenoverse EZAs. We'll go over to Gohan+Goten&Trunks next time. Now, what the hell I'm going to do there, I don't know. Gohan, yeah, that's going to be a rough one. We'll see, though. But either way, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care.